Here at Hofstra University, the site of the second presidential debate, students and professors relished the opportunity to have a role in the electoral process. In the vice presidential debate between Joe Biden and Paul Ryan, religion played a role when both candidates were asked how their Catholic background influenced their views on abortion. Our team spoke to the leaders of the main religious organizations at Hofstra to try to discover what role they believe religion will play in the election of 2012.
America was founded largely on religious principles. Now, the forefathers did not want any one religion to be favored, yes, but God is mentioned in the Declaration of Independence.
I think we as Americans have often used politicians' belief as a way of indicating that they have moral conviction, that they actually do believe in something, they actually do stand for something.
When voters walk into the booth on Election Day, the subject of religion will have various roles in their minds, as well as how they choose their candidates.
A lot of times people try to find people that they think are like them. And if they are someone who has a strong faith in either religion or in God, then they're probably looking for someone who has something like that.
When we as voters are going to the polls, we take all of us with us when we go to the polls. We take our socioeconomic status, we take our family histories, we take our occupations, we take our religion too with us.
People of faith are part of the larger community. So these people care about their children and they care about education, they care about the economy, they care about foreign policy. And as much as faith really can't be separated from who they are, it just plays a role in the decisions that they make.
In a society where the relationship between church and state is highly debated, a candidate's use of religious language may either unify or turn away voters.
I think it is an important point that when we use overtly religious language, we often risk alienating people. In the same way when we use overly racialized language or overly gendered language.
I can definitely understand people being uncomfortable with hearing someone speak about their religious beliefs. I think that as we have an increase in social media and as we have an increase in really the access that the press has to people, that people have a more intimate relationship with their candidates.
People are used to hearing religious language. I think one of our fears as Americans is that when we hear politicians using the language of religion, we fear that politicians are going to start legislating from the pulpit rather than from the law of the land. I think we saw that in the vice presidential debate towards the end when both candidates were asked about how their Catholic faith would impact their legislation, and Vice President Biden turned around and said, I'm a committed Catholic, but I cannot impose my faith on other people.
And for many, a serious part of who they are is their religious conviction. What they hold is important, what do they value? And a lot of that is shaped by religion, so we shouldn't be afraid of it.
For Long Island Report and Washington Week, I'm Chris Langlois.